Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are doing chocolate covered strawberries. One of the main first things that you need to do when working with any type of fruit is to clean them really good to relieve any dirt or leaves that may be on your type of fruit. This is an extra step that I did that you don't have to do, but I transferred it into another bowl so I can pat them dry before I got ready to prepare them into dipping them in the chocolate. Here you see the ingredients that I use. I did not use the Candy Quick and I did not use the candy melts. Instead, I used Candy Color by Wilton to color my chocolate. Be sure to use wax paper or parchment paper to place your strawberries on when they are drying. Now it is time to break down your chocolate and place them into whatever you are going to be melting your chocolate in. And it's best, well, with the candy bark, it's best to break it down into the little chunks that I did. And while you wait for it to melt down some, you can start preparing your strawberries. In between preparing your strawberries, you want to start mixing the chocolate and stir from the bottom so it won't stick, and you want to make sure that it does not burn, because when your chocolate burns, it will not stick to the strawberries and it will become very lumpy. Here I'm adding more chocolate once I realized that I didn't have enough to my liking, and you just want to keep on stirring, stir until it is fully melted. Here I use a chocolate mold from Amazon to write the letters that I put on the strawberries, and I also got this drizzle pen. It's finally time to dip the strawberries. So what you want to do is stir it a few times before you get ready and shake out the excess that you have, like from stirring it. You want to shake that out, and then you pretty much dip it to your desired length, like if you want to go all the way up to the leaves or if you want to do it halfway. Excuse me, however you like. Just go ahead and dip it, and then you want to kind of shake off the excess very gently in small circular motion. After shaking off the excess, you want to place them on the parchment paper, and you want to leave enough space in between each strawberry that you place down. I did about 10 strawberries before I decided to put the chocolate in the drizzle pen and start making the letter with the chocolate molds. As you see here, I'm doing the star, and I'm just squeezing a little bit out the pan to gently place it inside of the mold, basically. And you don't really want to overflow it, or if you do overflow it, I don't think I showed this, but if you do overflow it, you can just take a knife and gently scrape off the excess on top. And after you're done, you want to kind of pat it on the counter to get out any air bubbles, so there won't be any bubbles in there when they're done drying. Here I'm pouring the remaining chocolate into my measuring cup because I'm getting ready to switch over to white chocolate. Basically, here you see me putting in the white chocolate, and I kind of melted it beforehand so it wouldn't take so long melting in my mini crock pot. And I'm just stirring. Remember to do not let the chocolate burn, and if you let it burn, it will not be a good outcome. This is how the letters came out. Here I'm doing another M to complete the word mom with the chocolate mold. And now it's time to dip the strawberries in white chocolate. So you pretty much want to do the same thing that you did for the milk chocolate. Just dip it, twirl it around a little bit to get off the excess, and then lay it on the parchment paper. Leave a few, maybe inches apart on the parchment paper so they won't stick together, and just repeat. I'm showing how it looks once I placed all the strawberries on the parchment paper, and now we're getting ready to color the white chocolate a pink color with the Wilton candy colors. You want to make sure that when you are coloring chocolate to use Wilton candy colors. You do not want to use regular food coloring as it will separate. Here I'm putting the pink chocolate into the drizzle pan so I can get ready to drizzle a few lines on the strawberries. Here I'm just placing them a little bit apart so it'll be easier for me to drizzle on. Make sure when you drizzle, you want to have thin lines or thick lines. It's your preference. I decided to have kind of thin lines, which is why I held my drizzle pen at the angle that I did. And here's the outcome. Now I'm getting ready to place on one of the molds that I made, the star mold to be exact. And I just put a little bit of the pink chocolate on the back of the star to use as like a glue. And I just glued it in the middle to the best that I could. And I did the rest of the letters the same way. And here's the outcome. Here I decided to use these Disney molds that I got from a store called Drizzles. It's a Japanese store that me and my mom found. I decided to use the Mickey and the Winnie the Pooh. Here I had an accident, and all I did to fix this problem was to tilt it back and forth to get the chocolate to fit in two of the molds at one time. And I shook it to take out the air bubbles, and then I took a knife and I ran it across, I scraped the top of it so it'll be even. And now I believe I'm doing Winnie the Pooh. I'm not sure, but I'm doing another mold that I didn't have a problem with, and I decided to not fill it up all the way to the top and just shook out the air bubbles, filled it out a little more, and I placed them in the refrigerator so it can get hard faster. And here I'm just popping out the star. And now I'm getting ready to glue that star onto the milk chocolate. And once again, just make sure you have some leftover chocolate that's a little wet and use it as a glue. And here's the outcome. Now we're getting ready for presentation. I use cupcake liners as a holder for the strawberries, and I laid them out the way that I wanted to place my strawberries. You pretty much place them how you would want them to be placed. I put all the mom letters together and here I'm showing me taking out the Disney molds when they were done and dried. Here's how they looked. And now I'm getting ready to do what I did with the mom letters. Just put a little bit of the chocolate on the back of it and place it on the strawberry as a glue. Here's the outcome. And here's a picture of everything put together. Thanks for watching and tune into my next video.